Hi, welcome back to COPD Health Tips. Today we're going to talk about smoking. I know it's a real rough subject, and it's going to get a lot rougher before this video is over because I'm going to get you to quit smoking. And you aren't going to believe it, but I want to tell you, with COPD and smoking, you're just pouring gasoline on the fire. You are tripling and quadrupling the damage that you're done faster than if you never smoked while you had COPD. And the problem with it is, with your smoking and having COPD, when you quit, your COPD will at least get a little better. Now, a lot of the main damage that's done is done, but you will recover a little bit. I know, you say, oh, I've been smoking for years, I can't quit smoking, I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to quit smoking one way or another. Either you're going to do it or your COPD is going to make you do it. Okay? So that's all it comes down to. But to make it a little bit better for you, I'm going to try to tell you how to quit smoking. And it's not through gum, and it's not through patches, and it's not through chemicals that make you crazy. Because if you tried to quit smoking before, you already start going crazy. So why take a pill and quit smoking where it make you crazy when you already know you're going crazy because you're quitting smoking? That's ludicrous. And the bad thing about e-cigarettes and gum and patches, and they're probably all going to try to sue me, but I don't care. And the truth is you're reintroducing the nicotine that you're trying to get away from into your bloodstream. That doesn't make sense. It's like, doc, it hurts when I do this. And the doc says, don't do it. You say, well, it still hurts when I do this. Well, stop doing it. Okay? And people say, oh, no, he's going to talk about religion. Well, kind of, but not really. The sad truth in today's society, there's a lot more people willing to believe in the bad stuff, and devils and demons and witchcraft, and sorcery and voodoo, as far as compared to believing in God. Now, I know you said, I don't believe in God, and this and that, and this and that. And I know for a fact, almost for a fact, that sometime in your life, somewhere, in a closed door in the middle of the night, when you got really scared, really hurt, or really tired, you said, oh God. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way right off the bat. But this isn't about that kind of religion. This is about evil and demons and the devil and Satan and all the bad things and terrifying things that you see on TV with those spook shows is happening inside your lungs every time you light a cigarette. And you know what's happening? In each one of those cigarettes is a little demon. Now what you have to do is actually believe that. You have to force yourself to believe that. That there is nothing worse that Satan can do other than to give you something that's going to try to make you feel good and at the same time destroying you. And that's the truth. And that's what a cigarette does. It makes me feel better. It helps me relax. Yeah, at the same time, it's filling you up with thousands of chemicals, carbon monoxide, tar, destroying your lungs, destroying your heart, destroying your circulation. How much else can a cigarette do? But you give it the power. You give it the power the minute you light it up. So inside that cigarette is a demon. That every time you light that cigarette up, you let him out. You let him out to destroy everything in your life. He's already given you COPD. What do you else want him to give you? Heart failure? Congestive heart failure? To die faster? So think about that. But the very first part of it you have to get through is getting the withdrawal symptoms over with. To get that taken care of, what you have to do is convince yourself when you put that cigarette down that you're not going to have withdrawal. You're catching the flu. You're like, this guy's nuts. What is he talking about, catching the flu when I'm trying to quit cigarettes? Think about it. When you have the flu or a bad cold, there's probably nothing you can do about it. You have the flu. You have a bad cold. And it's going to hang around until it decides to leave. Oh, you could take this medicine and that medicine to make you feel a little bit better. But it's not going to help you that much when you got the flu. And when you got a bad cold. You're still going to have a bad cold and the medicine wears off. So, convince yourself, instead of having withdrawal, I'm catching the flu. Tell everybody, I've got this flu. I know it's probably going to last me a week, 10 days. But it'll eventually go. I'll start feeling better. But in the meantime, I got this flu. And every time you get this craving, and you want to light up a cigarette, I got the flu. It ain't going to help me to smoke this cigarette. I'm not going to get better if I smoke this cigarette. If I light this cigarette, I'm letting the demon out to hurt me. You understand? So you have the flu. Withdrawal for cigarettes are almost the same. You feel sick, you feel miserable, you're angry, you're crying, your nerves are going crazy, screaming. Withdrawal. Well, flu, you're really sick. Well, so are you with withdrawal symptoms. You just have to interchange it. You're not having withdrawal anymore, you're having the flu. I'm having a flu, and you're going to have a bad cold. My throat hurts, I'm coughing, my nose is running. Same symptoms with a cold. Withdrawal. Same. So you're getting a cold and a flu, it's going to last 7 to 10 days. Probably around a couple days, you'll start noticing, oh man, this flu's starting to break up. In about a week, you'll wake up and be like, pretty good, you know, but then you get a nagging feeling of wanting a cigarette. No. You're still recovering from the flu. You're still having withdrawal. But you have yourself convinced that it's the flu. Or it's the cold. Hey, sometimes colds last 3 weeks, 4 weeks before you can get rid of them. Hell, I had a summer cold last 2.5 months. Nose running and everything else. But nothing you can do about it, but you had to deal with it, right? Deal with this. Convince yourself with the withdrawal that you're getting the flu or you have the flu. And tell everybody, say, look, I'm really sorry I'm like this, but once I get through this, I'll be all right. I'll be a lot better. You know, so do it that way. Do it that way. You won't need gum or tobacco or e-cigarettes, rub, snuff, none of that stuff. And convince yourself with the rub, tobacco, snuff, cigarettes, the minute you light that up, you're letting the demon out. The most evil, vile thing imaginable is in that cigarette. The minute you light your cigarette and take a puff of that, you're inviting him in. You're letting him in to do all his damage. So, that is my take on how to quit cigarettes. Because other than a physical problem, quitting cigarettes won't kill you like some withdrawals will. It'll make you feel like shit for a while, but it's not going to kill you. So it's just for you to suck it up and believe. There's demons in those cigarettes willing to hurt you, and that you're having the flu. You'll get through it. You'll get through it. Millions have done it. And the best thing about it is, the proof shows that people that have cold turkey quit have far more greater success than anybody that's ever used a pill or done any kind of nicotine substitute. It's a fact. And you're less likely to ever go back to cigarettes too, because you keep implanting that demon is in them cigarettes. You will eventually believe it. And you'll stay away from them because you'll be afraid. Not only that, you'll notice with your COPD, you're not going to want to smoke, because it's just make it that much worse. So, even if you have people around you smoking, try to avoid them. Not avoid them like hide in the closet, but just don't, because the secondhand smoke is going to bother you too. But maybe for them seeing you quit will give them guts enough and strength enough to quit. So that's about half of what I wanted to tell you about cigarette smoking, but I'm going to have to cut it short real quick and come back in a minute or two. But I think I have to think this through as far as if there's anything else I got to tell you about this. And oh, yes, and this will be the last thing. If you're on oxygen, don't even think about smoking on oxygen. You are asking for nothing but trouble. There have been so many winter fires that I've seen on the news throughout the years of people, houses burning down because they smoked and they had oxygen. I can't even count them. The other thing you got to think about too is if you're on oxygen all the time, the oxygen actually gets into the fibers of the carpeting, the curtains, the furniture, and makes them oxygen rich, so to speak. So if they do catch on fire, they're going to burn a lot faster than if they were in somebody's house that had never smoked before. So whatever you do, if you're on oxygen, don't smoke. But like you're going to quit, because I know you are. I have faith in you. So have a good day, and I'm wishing you luck and I'm praying for you. And remember, those demons, every time you light a cigarette, they're going to want to get you. Thanks for watching COPD Health Tips. Oh yeah, one more thing. I forgot. I'm sorry. I know. Isn't this guy ever going to shut up? Yeah, right after this. We started a forum, and it's for people with COPD, and it's at www.copdhelpgroup.com. That's copdhelpgroup.com. And I'll put the address up again in the credits. And you can join. You're more than welcome to, and talk about whatever you'd like to talk about. You put your own topics up. You want to talk about medicine, talk about how your day went, talk about how the weather is, whether you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're dealing with cigarettes or anything else that you'd like to talk about, you're more than welcome to. And we'll be joining you there. Now, don't be leery or worried or afraid. There's only a couple because we're just starting out pretty much. And go ahead and sign up. We're not going to bombard you with a bunch of advertisements in your email or anything else like that. Send you one email, and that's for you to go ahead and set up your password so you can have your privacy. So we're looking forward to seeing you there, and hopefully you'll join real soon. And that's copdhelpgroup.com. Thank you so much for watching these videos. thank you for seeing COPD Health Tips.